It's December the 7th, and last night he had a gig and it went well, didn't it?
It did.
The new singer has one powerful voice.
Which is very good.
And we didn't get back till what time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning, so I had lie-in this morning. And now we're going to go and do some shopping, unfortunately. Quite boring. We're going along to Tesco's, which is in the next kind of villagey town, and getting stuff because the grandchildren, his two granddaughters, are coming, and they're going to help to put the tree up tonight, this afternoon tonight. So we'll see you in a minute. It's Saturday the 7th of December, and the temperature is about 11 degrees. Right, so let's find day 7, and there it is. It's got a safety pin on, so I'm hoping it's not a pack of safety pins. It might be. Mind you, you can't go wrong with a pack of safety pins. I think I've only got 1 or 2 in my stash. And oh, I can't get a hold of it. Oh, now then, what does it say it is on here? It's a dressmaking pencil. We have a dressmaking pencil. Yes, it's a white chalk pencil, I would assume. One of those like a tailor's chalk. Let's try it on this little piece here. Not that I should be doing it on here. And that white hair belongs to her. Doesn't it? It belongs to you, who's having a bit of a sniff. But let's try it on there. Let's try. Oh, it's a dressmaker's chalk pencil. Day 7, I've already opened it. I hadn't realised it hadn't filmed. and I'm redoing this. I've opened this and I'm pulling this out. I actually know what this is because when I've come to play back it wasn't in, so I've put it back in, and it says Du darfst something Wurfeln lassen. I don't know what that means, but I think it means something on the lines, judging by what it is inside. Make a decision on what you want to do. So it's a dice, and you have several different things. So that one is cook, that one is use the washing, do the washing, as in wash your clothes. This one is spoelen, which I think means wash the dishes. This one is sauber machen, sweep up, I think. And that one is shop, do the shopping. Caution, Friesite. I think that means chill. Chill. And I think that's a 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm guessing you could do one or two things. If you're a lady of leisure, or if you've got time enough to think, what the heck am I going to do next? You could do that and say, oh well, I've got to cook, or you got to hope that one day it might fall on the chill one. Or you could say to your husband, right, we'll throw the dice on who's going to do what. And with a bit of luck, you'll get the chill and he'll get one of the other things. You get the chill and he has to do the sweeping up or the shopping. Well, I have to say, my husband does the shopping. And as I've just said in the video, I follow him. And the reason why he does most of the shopping is because he does most of the cooking. He likes cooking. He likes to do special meals. And there's a story behind that, which one day I will tell you about. The reason why he likes to cook. But and I do the washing. He does most of the chilling because I'm a bit of a workaholic. I like doing things. I can't sit still and do nothing. I've got to be doing something. He will often just chill upstairs and play a game on his computer. Sweeping, I do that. He used to help when I first got together, but then he'd come downstairs and say, do you want some help? And I'd say, no, I've done it. And he used to, amazingly, he often says that he's amazed because the washing's always done, the clothes are always washed and ironed, and the floor is cleaned, and half the time he doesn't even notice it's been done. And dishwashing, well, because he cooks, I always wash the dishes. We do have a dishwasher, but I refuse to use it very often because I just like washing dishes, believe it or not. And what else is there? I think that's it. Oh, cooking, he does the cooking. And that's about it. So that's not a bad little dice. Hi, everybody. Well, what a day we've had, and a night. The gig last night went incredibly well with the new singer. She came in, she was a bit nervous, and I went over and had a chat with her because I go to everyone and I try to film as much as I can, and I go on my own, and I just have a chat with the other band members, partners that come, or if the drummer brings absolutely everybody, and the other ones sometimes bring a partner, sometimes they don't, but often I'm the only one there that's supporting them. But they had a great gig for it being the first one. The singer was absolutely amazing, and they had the whole room up dancing, and they were all shouting for more at the end. I think they had 2 songs to do as an encore, and they actually were asked to do another one, so they actually did 3 encore songs. I'm not sure, I'll put a picture up, or I'll try and have a look at the videos and see if they come out okay, or you may or you may not see the actual music, hear the actual music.
One way or another, I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna live in this way. You go look for another, I'm gonna lose you. I check you. I walk down the mall, stand over by the wall where I can see it all. the supermarket checkout. Specials on red, get lost in the crowd. One way or another, I'm gonna get you, I get you, I get you, get you, get you. One way or another, I'm gonna get you, I get you, I get you, I get you. One way or another, I'm gonna get you, I get you, I get you, get you, get you, get you. One way or another, I'm gonna get you, I get you.
Anyway, it's been a very busy day. I've been doing a few jobs here. Husband has gone, he went to get his two granddaughters, and he was going to help, we're going to put the tree up tonight, but it hasn't turned out that way. Probably get the tree up tomorrow morning, fingers crossed. If not, him and I'll have to do it sometime in the week, because there was a time where we left it right until Christmas Eve, and I don't want to leave it till that late. So I think we'll be doing it, but hopefully tomorrow the girls can do it. What else have I been doing? This top that I made, you may have noticed yesterday. For all I did this, this one is actually like a French terry. And so it's more of a sweatshirt material, although even that is quite a thin French terry. And what I found was, even though I made the collar, I cut the collar of this out, this little standing collar out, the same time as I cut the other one out, and the other one lies perfectly flat on my neck, but this one doesn't. It stands out a bit. It actually comes out, and I don't know if you'd noticed that on the video yesterday. Not a big problem for me in some ways, but it's irritating me in another. And so I don't know if you know those videos that we see, some of you may see, generally they come up on Instagram, where they quickly show you a way of pulling it in the collar around here by embroidering a design, and then you pull and it all makes this pucker design. Well, I found how to do it. So I'm thinking about trying that along the front so that it pulls it in and makes it stay that way. Whether it works or not, I don't know. So watch this space, so to speak. I'm going to try and do it in the next few days, but it's going to be a busy few days for us. I might not be able to vlog for very much time because these two grandchildren are here today. They will be going away tomorrow. Then I go up to meet my son to pick up my grandson, who is stopping tomorrow night. So that's a Sunday night, because I look after him on the Monday, and my son he usually says, "Mum, if I go up to their house to look after him, I've got to get up at 5 in the morning and get 5:30 in the morning, and go in the car by 6 to get up there, because it's such a busy road. I have to be there for 7:45, but it's such a busy road that I have to set off early." So I think he took pity on me and decided to meet me halfway. So we meet halfway on a Sunday. Little grandson is handed over to me, and then I take him down to my house. He stops the night on the Sunday night, and then we have a nice gentle saunter up in the middle of the day on the Monday to take him back to Mummy and Daddy's. And I have to take him for his nasal flu spray on the Monday afternoon. So, and I'm not allowed to film him. His daddy doesn't want me to film him, so that's understandable. You may see little snippets of what we're doing, but I won't film him because that's what Daddy doesn't want me to do that. So I have to respect their wishes. I don't think the other two girls are bothered, and I don't think their mothers is bothered. So you may actually see a couple of little snippets of them. If we do deck the tree, you'll see some snippets of that. Couple of things. Very kind of those of you who said that they would translate the book for me in German. That would be absolutely wonderful, but not necessary, because the drawings are very self-explanatory, and as long as they've got the drawings, you can get an idea of what it is. And I've always found that if they're well illustrated, which that seems to be, you can get a general idea of it. And oh God, it would take you forever, the number of pages for you to translate it. So there really isn't any need. What else? oh, somebody said, how long have you two been together? Because you really get on well. And we've been together for 22 years. And one day, when I'm ready to, I'll tell you the story about how he and I met. And yes, we laugh every day. Every single day we laugh about something. Funnily enough, we do shout at each other. Well, I wouldn't say argue and I wouldn't say shout. When his daughter for a while came to work for us, and when the pressure's on, he gets stroppy with me and I get stroppy with him, and he'll say, and he never takes it out. He never took it out on his daughter, and he never took it out on Debbie, but he always took it out on me. And I was getting really annoyed. I'm like, why are you blaming me? I've had nothing to do with it, you know. And he would snap at each other. And then one day I said to his daughter, I said, does it not upset you the way that we get like that, you know, start bickering on like that? And she says, no, because the minute you walk out the door at work, she says, you're friends again. She says, I know it's just the pressures of the work, and it is. So the nice thing, as I say, is that we get on very well together. And even when we're bicker and banter, we still have a laugh afterwards or during it, you know. We can't be serious for too long, the two of us. Life's too short to be like that. And if it is like that and you're fed up with him, get out. He keeps telling me how much he loves me, and I'll say, well, I love you, but I only love you when you're nice. And he'll go, I'm always nice. And I'm going, yeah, but there are the little snippets of time when you're not, and that's the time I don't love you. And he says, my love is unconditional. So you know, have a bit of a banter on all the time. What else did you want to know? Somebody else wanted to know, what was it? I got some great suggestions for the changing mat that I did, on how to fasten it and how to close it and how to finish it. I decided to sew down the sides, and I sewed down the sides and I didn't like the stitches. So then I thought, oh, what am I going to do? Because I had used an embroidery type of stitch. It was like a ladder stitch, where it was straight down each side and zigzagged. And it didn't turn out like that. So then I thought, oh, what will I do? So I thought, well, I'll satin stitch it. So I satin stitched it once. And then I realised I had to satin stitch it twice. And then I realised I had to satin stitch it 3 times wider to cover everything up. And so I ended up like this with a satin stitch down the side. Can you see it? Don't know if it shows you. I might show you there. A satin stitch down the side, and the same on that side. And this, I ended up having to redo that at the bottom. If you see there, I had to end up having to redo this bit along the bottom. I cut along the bottom and I rebound it. I had just done it up the sides when my daughter-in-law, my son, sent a message. He said, Mum, we've just been watching your vlog about the baby changing mat. Catherine says don't join the sides. And I thought, oh, I remember she had said that it sometimes is cumbersome carrying everything, but it would be better that you might just be able to separate it. So I just messaged back and said, too late, I've sewn up the sides, but I'll consider that for the next time. But one thing that so really this changing mat, she actually said that she liked the changing mat. I made one for her sister who was expecting. She said she liked the changing mat, but the one that she liked the best was a little bag that I gave her, which is about probably about 2/3 this size, which took diapers or nappies and the wet wipes and a bag, and it was on a wrist strap, and she said that that was much better. So I think I'll do this finish this off for the friend, and I think I might whittle it down to a smaller size for the other one, because I've got another one to make for another friend whose daughter's had a little girl, and I might do something different. You know, that will work, and I'm sure they will like it, but I quite fancy I want something that's going to be practical all the time. And I know my daughter-in-law said that the one with the wrist strap is very practical. In fact, often when the littlest one comes to me, that little bag is always inside his rucksack. He has a little rucksack, and inside there is that bag with some nappies and some wet wipes in, and that's really handy. So I figured that might be a better way to go for it with it. So I might do that sort of thing for the other one. Now I've probably talked too much, so I think I probably will finish tomorrow. If I got some snippets of putting the tree up, I will let you see. I don't want to bore you too much with this because you'll be fed up. But there's been some fantastic comments from all of you. And, oh, one more thing. Don't know if you remember, I showed you this gadget here. And one lady said that these start getting a bit loose and they drop out. And she said, you know, you might prefer the box again. And the minute I put them in there, I thought, you know, she's right. But the other thing is, when I come to the second level, I can't get my finger in to get them out. So I then found that this awl that I have fits nicely in the middle there. So that when I do want one, I just put my awl in there and pull it out like that. And I've got myself my spool. It's a nice little thing. It's quite handy. And I just figured that at least the one thing that it does do is it stores my awl in the middle. So yeah, it's not too bad. I'm beginning, I haven't done it now, but I'm starting to think, well, I should tier them according to colour. So blue here, blacks and browns on the top, oranges and yellows or whatever. I haven't done that, but I thought that might be a good idea to colour code them so that each tier is a different colour. And I'm not sure if they come off. Do they come off? Yeah, they're split like that. But I don't know. I suppose you could do that and take them off that way. Another lady wrote to me and said, what on earth would you use that butterfly thing for? Because she'd got one herself. She had the same advent calendar, and I reckoned that it was probably a tapestry one. It was probably for embroideries and tapestries, where you have tapestry wool that's quite thick and you've got to put it through your crewel needle. I reckon that was probably the reason why it was quite a big hook. Or I suppose you could use it with wool as well. I think I'll stop there because as I say, I've done a few engraving jobs this morning or this afternoon, but other than that I haven't done much. I want to do things, but because we're looking after grandkids, I've just nipped out quickly. He's trying to put the littlest one to bed and she's been screaming and screaming, and in the end he's had to ask the older one to take her to bed with her. And I've just nipped, I said I'd make him a coffee. The coffee's on the boil. He hasn't come downstairs yet. So I'm going to finish the coffee off and then hopefully he'll be downstairs and absolutely flaked out. He's absolutely shattered because he was gigging last night. Then we got home at 1 o'clock at night in the morning. And when he said he was going to have the girls, I thought, it's going to be a handful. So great fun. Great fun. Trying to be a rock star and also trying to be a grandfather. And last night when he was heaving all these guitars, and he had about 3 guitars, he has the loudspeakers to hump in the car, and he has his amplifiers and his pedal board. The car is absolutely chock-a-block. I think he's the one that brings in the most stuff when apart from the keyboard player. And I said to him, I turned around, he was huffing and puffing. I said, maybe it's just time to stop. And he said, no, I'm not stopping, I'm not stopping. And I said, well, maybe you need a trolley. And he said, well, maybe I do need a trolley. And I said, don't you just wish that you had a better hobby that only required something light? Like badminton, where you only had a little light badminton racket. And he burst out laughing because he used to play badminton, he liked it. And I said, well, you could have carried on playing badminton instead of being in a rock band. But he said, no, I like being in the rock band. So anyway, I'm going to leave you till tomorrow. So bye.